Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Home Solutions. Dennis Purvis from Pro 93 Home Solutions here with you on another Saturday. Hope everybody's doing well out there. The monsoon season is going to set back in, I guess, for the next few days. But we did have just a glimpse of some spring weather this week. So good to see us starting to get out there and think about what we need to do to either fix up our house, maybe start thinking about gardening here soon. And today we're going to continue to talk about all things home and garden. Today we've got a special treat for you. I've got two ladies that are going to help you with your house in a way you may not think about every day. But if you own a home, what do you need to have almost every day to keep it running? And that's money. So I have reached out into my deep mafia connections, all of my networking tools, to find the ladies that have all the money. They know where it all is. They keep it in their offices and their vaults. I've got a couple bankers here with me from Pinnacle Financial Partners. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Pam Caprera and Marcia Easter. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
Doing great. How about you?
Full disclosure, I'm doing great. Full disclosure, Pam is a little nervous. So Pam, listen, there's only about 2.5 million people listening right now. It's not a big deal.
Hello to everyone.
Hey,
glad
say
you're with
everybody,
us.
Everybody go, hey, Pam. Good to see everybody. No matter how you're listening today, maybe you're driving around town this morning listening to us on Mix 104 or 101.3 The Buzz. Maybe you're tuned in on the Mix 104.1 app. Maybe you're streaming online. And for all of those watching us on Facebook, we'll wave to the cameras. Wave, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. As always, I'm here from Pro 93 Home Solutions, and shameless plug time. If you've got anything from a leaky toilet to you need a new roof, maybe you need a new addition to your home or a new kitchen or bathroom. You've been home for this pandemic. You're tired of looking at those cabinets. You're tired of looking at that old tub. You want to get some changes. Give us a call, Pro 93 Home Solutions, 458-4135, or look us up online, pro93homesolutions.com. So that's out of the way. Now let's talk about money. It's something we all need. It's something we all work for. It's something we all try to save. In the days of the pandemic, it has gotten even more important, especially when we're talking about our home. You buy a home, you realize real quick that it doesn't just keep itself running. There's maintenance, there's repairs. Sometimes there's improvements, remodeling. So one of the reasons that, full disclosure, Pinnacle is one of our banking partners that we use at Pro 93. I can tell you we've had a great experience with them. They've met for a small business. They have taken good care of us. We've never felt anything but important. And I think that's the important thing. So we want to talk with Pam, Marcia today, kind of talk a little bit about, get to know them a little bit, let them know Pinnacle Financial. So first of all, some people may not know, Pinnacle is here in Cleveland. Pam, where are you guys located?
We're on Emmett and Church Street.
Right downtown?
Right downtown, kind of across from the museum.
There you go. They've got, I know things in the life of COVID right now. Is the lobby open? Are you guys doing appointments? Are we doing drive-through? How are you guys operating in the time of COVID right now?
Yes, our drive-through is open. We're doing appointment only for the lobby. We haven't had our lobby open for some time, and we're hopefully within the next month and a half, we'll have that open for our clients. We miss our clients' face for sure.
It's a little different seeing everybody waving through the drive-through.
Yes, definitely.
So Pam, you're are you from Cleveland, live here in Cleveland? Tell us a little bit about you.
I've been here 25 years, so it's kind of home to me now.
Yeah, I think that qualifies.
Absolutely.
So,
grew up in South Alabama, but
L.A., Lower Alabama.
Mobile.
There you go. So, and that's amazing because you can count and everything.
Right.
See,
right.
folks, good things come out of Alabama other than just national championships. I'm saying that as an Ohio State fan because we can't beat you, except for that one time when we did. Anyway, Pam, what brought you to the banking industry? What drew you to that?
I'm an accounting background, and that was kind of the first thing I got into was in the management side, and then worked in our financial reporting for another bank, and just kind of moved to this area with my spouse, and that's kind of how we ended up in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So just stay with it. I enjoy it. My favorite thing is working with my clients and friends and in the area, and that's kind of how it's evolved, I guess.
And something that I've told people, I've got a little bit of a banking and financial background myself professionally, and I tell people all the time, if you don't know somebody by name at your branch, it doesn't have to be the manager, doesn't have to be the branch manager, doesn't have to be the VP, but you need to have somebody to have a personal relationship with your branch, because there are times where you need that relationship with your banker.
Exactly. And I think right now a lot of people are going to the internet banking, and they're seeing the younger generation is looking to that. But in certain times, you really do want to face in a name, and especially with the PPP situation we've kind of been through recently, a lot of clients, they'd rather have somebody to talk to or call.
Look, I'm not going to lie. So we're really nice because I love mobile deposit and the remote deposit we can do through Pinnacle. If you're a business owner out there, it is a fantastic service. Ask them about it. But I'm just a little bit old enough, I guess, to not fully trust mobile remote deposit. So I feel like Clint Eastwood, like sit and get off my lawn, because I'm like, I put it in and just like, I wonder if it's going to happen tomorrow. I don't believe it till I see it the next day, because it seems like it's some sort of sorcery, and I'm still not comfortable with it, Pam. So that's why I still need somebody there.
Right.
So not to be forgotten, Miss Marcia Easter, how are you doing today, ma'am?
I'm doing good.
So let's ask you, how did you get into banking?
A long time ago. I know it's crazy, about 17 years ago or so, and it was just one of those things where I love helping people, and I always loved math. I came from a management and marketing background, and banking just was a good fit.
And you're local to the area.
I am local to the area, right down the road.
High school basketball star.
Very true.
Where'd you play?
At Saudi High School.
Oh, not Saudi Daisy.
At Saudi Daisy.
No, you can listen, folks. You can tell right there she's a local. She didn't say Saudi Daisy, because people from Saudi Daisy don't say they're from Saudi Daisy. They're from either Saudi or they're from Daisy, and never the two shall meet, other than on their envelope.
True.
Okay,
true.
So you went to Saudi and played a little college basketball.
A little bit in the Southern Conference, Western Carolina.
Lady Catamount.
Lady Catamount. Almost went to UTC, but decided to get away from home just a little bit.
There you go. And came back. You said 17 years? That makes me old now.
We've known each other a long time.
Oh, that's made us, yeah. Man, I'm old. Okay. Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Big jolt of reality as we got in here. I was excited because I got my COVID vaccine this week. Good Lord. Anyway, so what keeps you in banking with, let me take that back. We talked a little bit about that. Tell me what, in your mind, makes Pinnacle different.
It's really all about the relationship. We can take care of the client in the way that we want to. So we can take care of our personal banking, business banking, the lending piece, whether it's home equity lines of credit or business loans or business lines, from the small mom and pop to the big multi-million-dollar folks. So you have a point of contact, which is, your banker, whether it's me, whether it's Pam or coworkers, and you can call them for anything you need.
Yeah.
So we get to know our clients, and that's important, because if you know your clients, you can go to bat for them.
Yeah, and full disclosure again, we got the Pinnacle this way. We were with some bigger banks who we felt like, it wasn't against any of the people there, but it was, we're a young, smaller business, and we're kind of in that middle ground from startup to getting to where, the growth 3 to 5 years kind of thing that they want to see for most kind of financials. And Pinnacle was somebody that we reached out to that didn't make us feel like we were inferior, make us feel less than. It was absolutely a great experience to have. So again, folks, if you're out there looking, just whatever your banking needs are, maybe you're looking for a change. Maybe the pandemic's made you see some things that you wish were different. Give Pinnacle a call. And Pam, how can they get a hold of you guys here in Cleveland?
My line is 478-6550, or our website is www.pnfp.com. So those are two ways you can get through.
There you go. And so let's talk a little bit. We'll get into the home here in the next segment. But how has COVID changed the way you guys have had to do business, other than obviously the lobby being closed? Have you been able to do more things? I know there's a lot of regulation, a lot of legality about accounts and obviously privacy. How has this changed just opening an account?
Well, it's definitely changed how we do business, because we don't see people face to face. We do a lot of, we our bankers, we're able to get out and kind of go see our clients to take the information to them directly, get
Oh, wow.
signatures or whatever we need to do.
They actually let you leave the office?
Yes, we get to leave the office.
See,
And then
so much has changed.
yes.
Yeah.
And so, like you do a lot through email and that kind of scanners and such. So that helps a lot. As far as the change because of COVID, none of that for our credit side of it. We've had to be, watch our clients. We've taken care of our clients. We offered our clients, some type of extension when it first started, 3 to 6 months to kind of help them through the phase.
Yeah.
In small businesses, and we've done some modifications where we've tried to help folks that've lost tenants in some of their real estate, and trying to work with them on, get into the debt so that they can take care of it. So a lot has happened since then.
Go ahead, Marcia.
And I think, everything she just said, it just proves the point of if you know your client, you know how they do business and you know what they need, and they know you. And, all of our clients reached out at the beginning of last year when this whole thing started and said, I need some help. I don't know what to do. My business is shut down. Can you help me? And, everything Pam just said is we were there.
Now, does Pinnacle participate with the help with the PPP program at all? Do you guys have folks that can help with that?
We're PPP professionals.
Yes, we
Oh,
are.
that's
Round
very
one and round
it's
two.
very alliterative.
like
I
that?
like it.
We, I'd like to give our home office, which is in Nashville, a plug because, from the get-go, we were on top of it with information on our website, us as the bankers having all the tools to give to our clients and information. As soon as the SBA would release it, we were, I feel like, at the front giving the information to the client.
And there's another round either just started or is coming, correct?
It started
January 19th. Around
January,
that
there you
date.
go.
Yep.
There you go.
She's smarter than me.
No.
January
She's
19th.
just a little more
looked at my
PPP
notes.
professional than you are, Marcia. Just that much. She knew the date.
We're right in the middle of it.
Yeah. So, and I try to stay upbeat on this show as much as we can, but has it been hard to watch some of your clients that have been, I know just seeing places, storefronts, restaurants, here in Cleveland, Chattanooga, it's like, I feel like it's even worse. Has it been hard watching that? I mean, have you guys seen a lot of people impacted by COVID with your business clients?
It's interesting enough. Some businesses have prevailed, whereas some of them have not. The real estate world and the construction world and furniture business.
It's a little crazy
they've
right
done
now. Yeah,
really
we
well.
are not
And,
complaining.
You're local. I think you're self-employed. Like your hairdressers haven't done very well when they shut their offices down or shut their shops down. Interesting enough, I've had some restaurants have struggled, but one of my main restaurants they've done fairly well. But they had to recreate how they did their business, and they did more, takeout and catering type work, and so they had to really think through it to kind of get through it. But so it's been interesting how it's affected those, and I think Pinnacle was in the forefront in trying to help folks get through the process and without going under.
And Marcia, you said that the home office is in Nashville, so Pinnacle's a Tennessee bank.
That's correct.
Well, that's folks. If you're looking for, you can't really have too much more of a local bank presence than not only to be in the community but also be headquartered in the state. So if you're looking for some change, give them a shot. I can tell you from personal experience, could not have been more happy. It has made us open personal accounts as well, just because of the service we've got as the service we received on the business side. It's been a great thing. So when we come back, though, we're going to talk about some things specifically that you can do that Pinnacle provides to help you guys maybe fix up your house a little bit or maybe get a little equity. Right now, notice if you haven't done anything to your house in the last year, guess what? It's probably worth more than you think it is because of how crazy the real estate market is that you just heard them reference here. So we come back, we're going to talk more about that. Stay right there. We'll be right back with Pam and Marcia from Pinnacle Financial Partners. This is Dennis. You're listening to Home Solutions right here on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz. Welcome back. Hope you're having a great Saturday morning. Welcome back to Home Solutions. Getting close here to the bottom of the hour, but we've got a few more minutes here with Pam and Marcia from Pinnacle Financial Partners. Ladies, thank you again for being here today. So let's talk a little bit about, we're a home and garden show. So, I run into this every day with folks that are wanting to do a project for their home that maybe they want to look at getting some financing done. What kind of products does Pinnacle offer for homeowners, for folks that want to buy a home maybe? Talk about some of the things you guys offer that can help towards that end.
So we're a full financial, and we have all the services you can possibly need. So for home improvement,
Do you shine shoes?
we do not shine shoes.
Then you do not have all of the services that I need, Marcia. Quit lying to the public. I caught her.
We can.
This is this kind of a hard news kind of show where we're gonna fact check you.
We are.
Just kidding. Go ahead.
Home equity lines of credit. That's been the popular ticket item recently, besides PPP. As you said earlier, folks, I mean, if you haven't done anything to your home in a year, your value, I'm sure it's way up just because of the market. There's 0 houses on the market for sale.
You guys do mortgage for purchase and
We
refinance
do
as
purchase, yeah. We have a great team of mortgage advisors that takes care of purchasing a primary residence or secondary residence investment. And we can also do home equity lines of credit. So basically what that is, if people don't know what a home equity line of credit is you take the equity that you have in your home minus your first mortgage, if you have one, and we can give you up to 90% of that in a line of credit.
And the nice thing about that is you don't have to use it all. It's not a loan.
No, it's a line.
It's a line that's available to you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you guys allowed? Is it flexible where you can pay it up, pay it down?
Absolutely.
Continue to use it.
Yeah, you can pay. Your monthly payment is your interest due on your balance. So that could be very little, or if you have it maxed out, that could be a little bit higher. But it ebbs and flows. So as you use it, you pay it down. You can use it again.
And if you haven't pulled anything out of it, you don't have a payment.
Correct.
But folks, it can't get much easier than that. And listen. Couple things I can tell you from being in the housing and financial sector as long as I was, is that what we're seeing right now is crazy. If you know a realtor, and chances are you do, because right now everybody wants to be a realtor. There's more realtors by about tenfold than there are homes. We had Kevin McEwen from Weichert on last week, and he said in Bradley County, in the last 30 days leading up to last Saturday, there were 97 homes sold, but there were only 82 left on the market.
Right.
That just shows you, folks, if you're thinking about selling, thinking about those kind of things, maybe you're just, hey, I want to stay here. You can use the real estate boom to your advantage. Because guess what? When we talked about your house being worth more, if your neighbor just sold their house for $75,000 more than you thought your house was worth, and your houses are comparable, guess what? That's a comparable for your home. You may have some equity available to you, and you probably want to give Pam or Marcia a call and talk about how you could use that. You can fix up your house. If you've been thinking, I'd love to stay here, but I hate my kitchen. It's dated. It looks like the 80s. You can do that. And you can call us at Pro 93 Home Solutions to help you with all those things. We would be more than happy to give you an estimate so you can go to the bank and tell them how much money you need. And while they're doing that, Pam, how do they get a hold of you here in town?
My line is 478-6550, and our website is www.pnfp.com.
One thing I will say is this is your tip of the week, and this is just my hunch. I'm sure there's going to have to be some disclaimer because Steve Hartline, the owner, is going to be mad at me for getting him fined or something. But this is my opinion. But I would say if you have not refinanced your house in the last couple of years, rates will probably never be, if they're where they are right now in our lifetime. At this point they can't be much better because nobody can make any money. So, folks, 15 years are in the twos. So if you have a 30-year loan, even if you refinanced a couple years ago and felt good about your 5% or 4% rate, you may think, I'm sure you guys have seen customers that have been able to convert to 15 years for the same payment and take years off their loan.
We've had clients that bought a year ago or even a year and a half ago at a good rate then, in the fours, maybe high fours, that have refinanced on a 30 and saved a significant amount of money, or even to your point, refinanced on a 15 and either their payment stayed the same or maybe it went up $100, but they knocked out 15 years of interest.
Yes.
And so then monthly, a significant amount of their payments going towards principal.
Folks, it's out there. It's available to you. If you haven't refinanced and you've got some equity, this may be the time. And the reason I say that, There is a front page headline, I believe, on Monday's Wall Street Journal. And yes, I'm a nerd. But it started talking about the 10-year bond rate was starting to creep up.
Yeah.
And what's the 10-year bond rate tied to, ladies?
Mortgage rates.
Mortgage rates. Yep. So if people are starting to put money into bonds are secure investments but they don't have the risk, so they don't have the much yield. In other words, you don't make as much money for invested in bonds. But if smart people and people that are supposed to know what's going on are starting to put their money into bonds, that means that they see something down the road, what my financial analyst would probably call a market correction.
Yes.
It can't keep going up like this. History tells us there's going to be a correction at some point. So especially with a pandemic and everything that's gone on with that. So folks, just if you haven't refinanced, give these ladies a call and let them help you get you into a better rate. Now, using that money that you get, you can do when you refinance a house, you can just pay off basically the mortgage you have, or if you've got some equity, we can do what's called a cash out refinance.
Exactly.
And these ladies and that money is, when you do a cash out, does the bank care what they use the money for?
No, not really. And the pricing on cash out refi is a little different than if you just paid off the first. So just know that going in.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a good opportunity to take care of higher rates on higher debt that you have outside of your mortgage, to pay that off.
And at this time, that rate increase they may get for a cash out is still probably better than what they're
Oh yeah, it's definitely better. It's just
now.
Minimal, but it's you can say they price them a little bit different.
They do, and I had I can tell you this. I got a friend that just did this, and he took some money out to do an addition, and ended up taking the money out, got a better rate, paying like $10 less than he's paying. Right? It was paying a month.
Definitely.
So. Yes, he didn't care what that extra rate. He cares about what that monthly is.
And it's definitely worth a phone call to find out
Yes.
and get somebody run numbers for you and figure out what the benefit is for you.
And you guys
that's what we do every day.
You guys aren't charging anything for that, are
No,
you?
no.
They know where the money is. Call them. Maybe they'll give you some. Listen, they gave me some, and I am highly suspicious. But listen, any other products that you guys offer that you guys want to talk about that you think that's kind of a niche for Pinnacle, or something that you've seen? You talked about refis, PPP loans have been very popular lately. Anything else you guys are seeing?
I tell folks all the time it's good to know your banker, know your CPA, always know an attorney, no matter what. That way, if you have a relationship, when you have a need, you know who to call. Yeah. And it's not an emergency, if you will. If you know your banker, then they can help you get to that, whatever that plan is. So we can help everybody with just about anything they could possibly need, whether it's wealth management all the way down to doing mortgages and things like that.
So let me ask you guys this: where do you, and this is going to be the views of Marsha, Pam, and Dennis, don't necessarily reflect those of the radio station and or Pinnacle Financial Partners. This is just an opinion from what you guys are seeing. Before the pandemic, people were questioning branch banking, like having an in-person branch. Brick and mortar. Yeah. You see Capital One advertisements every other commercial. Right. Hey, you don't have to go into a bank. So crazy. Again, with something as important as your mortgage or your business account or my personal account for that matter, every now and again seeing somebody is a little more reassuring to me. I mean, I know maybe maybe I'm a little Clint Eastwood right now, get off my lawn here, but do you think we'll ever get to a point where we'll get to that fully virtual place, or do you think there's always going to be a niche for branch banking?
I hope that the brick and mortar stays. I mean, I think that a lot of the larger banks or whatever are minimizing how much brick and mortar they have and trying to provide the services. But I think, it'll be interesting to see with the younger generation, the millennials, how they, handle their banking going forward, because they're used to the internet piece of it. But I think, my generation, which is older, but
yeah. Can you bank on Insta or Snapchat?
Right.
If kids are even still doing that, I might still be.
They use Venmo and different, apps and
just
such.
Throwing money around.
So,
Can we talk about that for a second? Venmoing, is it not weird to you that you can see what everybody's paying for?
Yes.
That's so weird to me. I'm like, I don't want you to know that you just bought artisanal handmade baskets from Steve. I don't need that.
Right.
I don't need that information in my life. If anything, it's made me question our friendship, right? Why do you need artisanal baskets, right? But seeing that, sometimes I feel like this whole need for information and transparency is getting a little, when it comes to banking, I don't want nobody knowing what's going on with me.
Right. And I think the pandemic has caused people to take pause, with they really want a person to pick up the phone and call and a name and, know this person because, things didn't go so well and, they started struggling. And so they, how are you going to do that through the internet? You don't have that option. So I think this has been a kind of a wake up call for some folks, that they prefer this type of banking access.
Marcia, you looked really antsy there. Go ahead. You got something to say. Tell me.
I was just going to add that I do have a few clients that are in their 20s and early 30s that during all of the PPP stuff, they were like, I love being able to bank online, but I also love being able to call you because you're a person I can actually talk to and I don't have to call a 1-800 number. So to Pam's point, it goes back to it's great to have the mobile app, which we do have, by the way, small little plug there. Our mobile app is awesome. But you can also call us, which I think is amazing. Yeah,
and they mean that. And I want to say that this isn't just the company line they're trying to toe right here. When you correct me if I'm wrong, when someone opens an account with one of you, you're now their kind of personal banker, correct?
Correct.
That's the mentality at Pinnacle. Mm-hmm. Folks, I can't tell you how great it's just like you would with whoever does your taxes. You said earlier, having an attorney, somebody. Because sooner or later you're gonna have a need to be like, I'm gonna call my banker, and most of us know, in my younger days, I didn't know who my banker was. I knew where the ATM was. That was about it, and I'm almost positive that the ATM didn't talk to me, and if it did, it's just kind of creepy. So yeah, banking is definitely changing, but I think what you said, Pam, coming on the other side of this. And I feel like we've got some bright light now at the end of the tunnel, is I think there's going to be people are realizing that losing human connection has a price.
Exactly.
Physically, emotionally, mentally. I mean, it's tell you, job security right now is in the mental health field. I've got friends that are counselors and they're now putting, not accepting new patients. They can't possibly see more people than we're seeing. So listen, thank you guys so much for being here. Pam Caprera, Marcia Easter from Pinnacle Financial Partners. One more time, Pam, how do they get a hold of you guys?
My phone number is 478-6550, and our website's www.pnfp.com.
There you go. And
feel free to call.
If they're ever in Chattanooga, they want to come down. Maybe they want to come to Chattanooga. Maybe they work in Chattanooga and need a bank downtown. How can you help them?
Absolutely. My number is 423-386-2380.
Are you sure about that?
I am sure.
Okay, good.
Right now it's forwarded to my cell phone.
You are very sure that that's what it is.
That.
So, ladies, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Folks, hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend. Listen, remember, we're in this thing together. I don't mean that any other way than to say love one another, take care of one another, watch out for your neighbors, wear your mask, get your vaccine, do the right things. We'll get through this thing. We'll see you guys next week. You've been listening to Home Solutions right here on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz.